Chinese food culture. In China's more than 5,000 years of history, food has always been an important part of the country's culture. Thanks to China's vast territory, varied geography, and diverse population with different customs, many kinds of foods have been created. The four main categories of Chinese cuisine are Lu, Su, Yue, and Chuan. Chinese cuisine includes royal food, official fare, and many regional schools of cooking. More than 5,000 years ago, the ancestor of the Chinese people, the Yellow Emperor, led his people to develop primitive agriculture, thereby initiating China's culinary history. Popular worship of imperial power in feudal society gave rise to the unique royal and official schools of Chinese cooking. In the Qing dynasty, the last feudal dynasty in Chinese history, an entire institution was established to watch over the food fed royalty in Beijing. Today, ordinary people can taste foods previously only served to emperors. The most famous product of the imperial kitchens is Peking duck, still roasted with the unusual method of hooking a bird above a stove used by royal chefs. The duck comes out with crisp skin and tender meat and has become known the world round as the pinnacle of Chinese cuisine. Chinese chefs can make delicious dishes from very ordinary ingredients. A good example is tofu, which is almost tasteless raw with a light bean scent, but can become delectable spicy bean curd in the hands of chefs from Sichuan province, or 8 treasure bean curd in the hands of chefs from Jiangsu and Zhejiang provinces. The harmony and balance of sweet, sour, bitter, spicy, and salty flavors is a crucial consideration in Chinese cooking. Lu-style food, native to China's Shandong province, is a representative of northern Chinese cuisine, and its large portions reflect the straightforward, honest character of the people of the region. Tradition calls for big pieces of meat and fish to be served on large plates and bowls. Confucian family cuisine, the elite school of Lu cooking, can be traced back to the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius. Confucian family cuisine-style birthday, wedding, and family feasts are paradigms of China's traditional food culture. People in northern China prefer wheat-based foods, and one of their traditions is to eat dumplings on the first day of the Lunar New Year. These dumplings are different from those eaten on other occasions because they are prepared the night of New Year's Eve, but not eaten until midnight, representing a mixture of new and old customs. Because dumplings have similar shapes to ancient units of money used in China long ago, eating them on New Year's Day is believed to bring wealth and prosperity to the home. In hopes of further improving their fortunes, northern people often mix coins, sugar, or peanuts into dumpling fillings. The lucky person who bites into a dumpling with a coin in it can expect wealth in the new year, while surprise sugar fillings stand for a sweet life, and peanuts represent health and longevity. The wheat-based foods of southern China, called dianqin or refreshments, are famous for their refinement. Refreshments are made to be eaten at breakfast or to accompany tea drinking. Stuffed dumpling balls, or tangyuan, are refreshments eaten by southern people during festivals that represent their wishes for joyous family reunions. Traditional wheat-based foods come in a wide range of varieties in China, and the same basic ingredients can be used to make products of very different flavors and styles. These foods are served in separate, individual portions, such as small bowls of noodles, or in larger dishes put on the table so everyone can dig in. That collective style of eating can be seen across China and is a major part of the country's snacking or fast food culture and tradition. Yue cuisine from Guangdong Province is representative of the food culture of China's southern coastal region. The Cantonese are famed for their culinary tradition and celebrated as creators and inheritors of Chinese food culture. Guangdong Province is a hub for Sino-foreign exchange and a gathering place for tourists and businessmen from all over the world, adding to the richness and variety of the regional cuisine. the food of Guangdong has become celebrated throughout China and abroad. The Yangtze River area, with its warm, wet climate, varied terrain, rich supplies of goods, and abundant aquatic products, has long been one of China's richest regions. It also boasts the most diverse culinary scene of any section of the country. The people of Sichuan province at the upper reaches of the Yangtze River are well known for their love of hot peppers. Spicy heat is the basic flavor of Sichuan or simply Chuan style food, and heavily used because peppers can fight back the cold, wet weather typical in the Sichuan Basin. Chuan cuisine has developed from the everyday foods of the local people. A good example is hot pot, said to be invented by the boatmen of the Yangtze River. Unlike most Chinese foods, which are completely cooked before they are served, a hot pot requires dinners to boil semi-cooked foods before eating. That process is the joy of a hot pot meal. Su cuisine, native to the lower reaches of the Yangtze River, has a reputation for being refined and natural. Dishes are based on seasonal ingredients with original, fresh, and light tastes. The area is home to some traditional foods with very long histories. The Lo Wai Lo restaurant in Hangzhou is famed for its traditional dishes. One celebrated Su cuisine specialty is beggar's chicken, also called mud-baked chicken. To make it, a chicken is stuffed with different ingredients, wrapped in a lotus leaf from Hangzhou's West Lake, and sealed in a mixture of Shaoxing rice wine and mud in wine jars before it is slowly baked for 3 to 4 hours. When it is brought to the table and unwrapped, It gives off a delectably fresh and unique aroma that adds to its fantastic flavor and rich nutrition. Tea originates from China, earning the country the reputation as the homeland of tea. Tea is a daily necessity for the Chinese. People drink tea in big bowls to quench their thirst, or sip it in special ceremonies to savor its taste, aroma, and color. Matching tea with the environment and music, the techniques of its preparation, and fusing it with personal relationships make up the art of tea. The tea ceremony is imbued with elements of philosophy, ethics, and morality, making it the ideal way to attain a deep understanding of tea drinking, cultivate one's character and taste for life, and contemplate the meaning of things. A Chinese saying goes, "It cannot be a feast if there is no wine," showing the importance of alcohol in the country's cuisine. Wine is a special part of joyous events in China. People drink 1-month wine to celebrate a baby's 1-month birthday, wedding wine at wedding ceremonies, and birthday wine for the birthdays of elderly people. Wine clearly plays an important role in the lives of Chinese. In southern China, rice wine called daughter red is given as part of a bride's dowry gifts. It is brewed when a daughter is born and kept until she gets married. Aged daughter red has a rich amber-orange color and a heady fragrance. Huadiao rice wine, which evolved from daughter red, is rich in nutrition and good for people of all ages. It gets its name from the colorful carvings on the surface of its wine jars. The vibrant, magnificent pictures not only serve to decorate the wine vessels, but also reflect the local customs of southern Chinese people. In China, the joining together of wonderful things symbolizes happiness and luck. The harmony of the 5 flavors in Chinese food is the clearest representative of this principle. Chinese people don't start eating dinner until all family members have assembled together, especially at New Year's feasts, which represent reunions. The slower a New Year's dinner goes, the better it is, and every course should at least be sampled. Fish is an essential element in New Year's meals around China, as the Chinese word for fish is a homonym of the word for surplus, making fish symbols of good fortune. At every feast in China, no matter the occasion, all diners sit around the same table to create an atmosphere of unity and shared pleasure. The delicious food put on the table is there not only for people to enjoy and savor, but also as a channel for people to exchange feelings. They toast each other and push each other to eat more, reflecting the virtues of mutual respect and courtesy before wonderful things. In China, the function of food is not just to sustain life and provide energy, but also to create an atmosphere of harmony and reflect people's pursuits of comfortable, happy, and wonderful lives. This is a natural cultural step when a society develops to a certain degree, and the reason why Chinese food culture is renowned all over the world.